Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about this MrBeast situation because things have gotten, well, completely out of control. So if you guys have not had a chance to go and see this kind of big ongoing saga, as of last night, MrBeast had to issue an apology, and as well, a lot of people are not currently happy with MrBeast. So I'm going to try to more so just like report on this, kind of trying to be a little bit more on the, I don't want to say super neutral, at least for this one, a little bit more on the neutral side. The Kris Tyson one was very, very bad, and it was very easy to not be neutral because I just did not and do not condone people interacting with, minors and people underage, especially, and allegedly if there's multiple of them. So that was just rough. But anyways, we had MrBeast's response, which we're going to go cover up right now and kind of just go and get the overall community vibe, where it seems like a lot of people are just still on this lingering, not sure if they should really accept MrBeast's apology of all the random things he said, because he did say some crazy stuff. Some people are saying he's kind of done a lot of good things, so at the end of the day, like, the kind of good kind of does outweigh the bad. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments throughout this entire video. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm trying not to keep my opinion to it too much because this is just crazy nonetheless that the literal biggest YouTuber and the biggest YouTube kind of squad is now under so much fire and everyone's kind of critiquing it. So subscribe if you guys don't mind these types of videos, and I appreciate y'all for watching. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, there's a lot of really bad stuff that we don't necessarily have to recap. If you guys are in the know, you guys understand the situation. I made some videos on it, so if you guys are on top of that, you guys know what's up. But basically, one of the original core members, like Jimmy, MrBeast, is in-person best friend for a very long time. They helped him build the channel from the start. And their story's kind of crazy. It's like they kind of went all in on YouTube. They really liked it. They did well. And that in regard, we respect the hard work. But then at the same time, then there was a lot of interactions with people who were under the age of 15, and it was very not good all around. Just very not good. Don't ever do that. It's horrible. And then obviously that just kind of goes back to MrBeast because they were on the videos. So that kind of led to MrBeast. A lot of people were like, hey, we need a statement. What's going on? The situation's going crazy. This has been trending nonstop. Don't forget, MrBeast has 300 million subscribers. He's literally the biggest YouTuber. And there is a lot of families and parents that also are involved in this community and likes the idea and concept of giving back and, giving people a chance to win big money. And it's a fun thing. It's a wholesome channel. So obviously people want the best, they want that wholesomeness to continue if it's all real, and keep the philanthropy going on and making donations to cleaning the oceans and stuff. It's cool stuff. No matter what, that is good stuff. So basically they go and state, over the last few days, I've become aware of a serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts, which I think is good. Basically, MrBeast is trying to be like, ayo, if all this stuff is true, what we're seeing, we don't know exactly the full context. Hopefully that is true too as well. I mean, sometimes you have your friend who's kind of scheming in the background. I don't want to go and instantly condemn MrBeast, but that's why some people also are saying well, apparently some of the people showed up at the shoot sometimes. We're not sure if that's true or not, but we saw a lot of that information floating around. So some people were like, well, you might be a little bit in the know. And that's where a lot of people are critiquing MrBeast, and also a few things that have been floating around for a while, kind of all coming to light at once. Then during that time, and I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. Now, we do want to somewhat say that they actually have not been as active in the MrBeast channel regardless, so that is somewhat also adding towards the MrBeast vibe. While the independent investigations the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. So that's the official response. And then people obviously were not fully okay with this because once again, they weren't sure if there was any involvement or not, or maybe thinking hey, your buddy might be involved. Because there also was a few other bigger things such as the Shadman situation. Now that was in regards now to the Ava Tyson having art that was done by Shadman, which is kind of more in the lolly style, and that's rough. But that was kind of one of the bigger issues too, where apparently, and this might be photoshopped, some people might not be kind of curious, but apparently it's not. Allegedly, basically here saying hey, here's some of the art that Shadman person made, which was kind of a big drama with the Ava Tyson, all of that. And then here's a MrBeast meme, obviously, need a big anime girlfriend, and this is where MrBeast responds to it more so because responding to the initial chain and all this. Now I do want to go and say it's maybe he's just responding, like, you know, just kind of scrolling through your phone to get the random notification. That does happen. But some people were curious because they've had interactions before, and that's also where, like, just where a lot of the weird stuff is also integrated. There's apparently like pictures, in Ava's like house that MrBeast also saw, like, clearly on video. So like, it was just a lot of people were like, what's kind of really going on here? Like, some people just, they're not sure if they're kind of reaching for stuff, it's a big deal, or if they're like, are you okay with this? Were you going along with it? I'm assuming not. Most people are assuming not, but this is like the general vibe people have been saying. And it's rough. But some people, you can even kind of look through even these statements. This will be like our next part. And I want to know your thoughts. Like, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, well, my gospel is gospel. Like, I genuinely want to hear your thoughts down below. There's something like, okay, MrBeast didn't do anything wrong. Stop trying to tear him down. And some people are like, hey, chill on MrBeast. Too. And like, this is, some people are like, how I said, like what I just said. How is this a connection? He replied to reply. Some people are like, that's mad. MrBeast, why? It's over for Jimmy. He knew everything and he didn't do anything because he was part of the problem too. It's an irreparable damage brand. Like, there's it's very all the place. Is MrBeast addressing the stuff besides the apology? No. And then people are like, oh my god, this must just be starting. Like, the cancellation of MrBeast is like kind of ongoing. People are even saying like, hey man, like, hey, unsubbing bro. Like, look at some of just these general comments over here from, like, say, like Drum Alert. It's crazy. Like, a lot of people are thinking like, bro, MrBeast, they think he's like a scumbag off this type of stuff. And as well, there's also even a bigger thing too. And this one, I'm not even sure if I really want to even show on like video, because it was kind of, in all honesty, bad. They're saying this, and I'm just going to show this guy's tweet too as well. I got to show you guys like the community. Like, some people are being like, hey, like this video. Let me give you guys context. If you guys remember the bad baby. Sorry, that was weird, hard to say. But like the person who got like really blown up, like the Cash Me Outside girl on Dr. Phil. Well, when she was 14, MrBeast was like, ayo, I would hit that. But obviously, even if like memes aside, and I do feel like, not to like defend him, because I don't want to like necessarily defend it, but I think he was just trying to be more of like an edgy hot take versus like, let's go do it tomorrow. It's more of like, haha, internet memes, like kind of like edgy culture. Once again, that's kind of been a big deal too with the Ava Kris Tyson situation, where they kind of said the same thing, but their situation was a little bit weird. This is where maybe the hot take happens, or maybe you guys disagree. Like, I'm okay if you guys disagree. I'm just kind of giving my like channel logic, because this is just a lot to kind of cover. It seems like, in my mind, the MrBeast is making a bad joke. Like, I don't want to defend it, and like, it's still, the people get upset about it. That's their prerogative. I get it, and I get why people would. But I think it was his more take, and like I said, I don't even want to play it. But it was bad. Like, it's a bad take. It's a bad look, especially because he's trying to be like child friendly, not swearing in the videos. Definitely a lot of child audiences. Has been on Nickelodeon, and that's where it kind of gets a little bit worse. You know, that's like where the extra like, hey, this is the brand you're pushing, and you completely are like not hitting the right brand, my dude. Like, that's the bigger issue here. Because people kind of understand edgier humor, kind of get it. If you're someone like, if you guys remember like Leafy back in the day, or even Keemstar, like, good example, you even showed him this video. They're kind of allowed to be scummier. Not to say this is okay, not to say this is allowed, not to say that this would ever even be a real thing in the first place. Like, this is kind of gross. Oh, without a doubt. And people should be like, that's a little weird, like, you gotta like, don't do that. But it was also, he has grown a lot as a person, not to like defend him fully, but you know, over time, they've raised more money for like charity, have done a lot of good things. And it kind of seems like they took more of a wholesome twist, because original MrBeast content, I kind of saw him when he was blowing up. Like, I saw like the Logan Paul stuff and creeped on him around then. I think he was just trying to find his way. And then eventually kind of took more of like the, hey, I could do good with like the world vibe. And I really do think he has had his actions speak louder than words, I believe. I don't know. I don't want to overly defend him. If way more stuff comes out, I may change my tune on that. But like, I would say, in like trying to invite people in person and interacting and like sharing very inappropriate things, because they did share inappropriate things with minors, like the Ava Kris Thompson person, not MrBeast. That I really do think is a lot worse. I mean, this is bad, but like, that is like drastically different levels. So obviously some people are now okay with this. Like I said, even this person's like, hey, like, he was a kid, young adult. The amount of good he's done for the planet is too much, from an old clip when he was a teenager to like outweigh that. So some people are like, hey, I'm defending MrBeast. I'm chilling with MrBeast. He's okay. Like, he's kind of grown a little iffy, yeah, but I'm still riding with him. Some people are saying, just from the association with Ava Kris Thompson, they're just done, just regardless, obviously, because parents are involved. And then there's also the situation with the Shadman thing, which I think is also just a reply, unless more stuff comes out. I don't know. In my mind, I kind of feel like MrBeast did do wrong. Like, this is not a good vibe. but I do think he's kind of grown as a person. I could be wrong. More stuff can come out by the time this video comes out, whatever. But I do think the Ava Kris Tyson, that is just disgusting and gross. MrBeast, maybe got to say yes, maybe not. Maybe you guys like are more on the edgy humor side back in the day. Like, let me know down below. I'm generally curious. But if more stuff comes out, I do think MrBeast has distanced themselves enough. The channel should still go on. It might be okay, but we're going to really have to see where the internet lies these next few days. Probably there's probably a lot more coming out. So subscribe if you guys want to just subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Your thoughts down below. I love you guys.